son of a bitch. It's the Mike Garafolo Show. It's brought to you by Hartley and Hartley Insurance, your trusted family-owned insurance
it's the show. Experts. It's my name in the show. We got to renegotiate now.
It's the Mike Garafolo Show. It's always been the Mike Garafolo Show.
Give this. We love the sponsors. Go. Sorry.
Yeah. Insurance experts, Puget Sound area, 1978. Honesty, fairness, integrity. Contact Jamie Hartley, 253-565-8700. Zogs on Fox Island. Perfect spot to grab a cold beer, hang out with friends, catch the game. Check out Zogs on Facebook and Instagram for their hours and event times. All right. How intrigued are you by, let's just right into Bill Belichick. I can't wait to see how this thing unfolds.
Yeah, I mean it's exciting because it's like Dion was a lot of unknown too, right? Early on, we're talking about how the spring practices were a mess. Now this is gonna be a little bit different. The off the rails possibility is not going to be because he doesn't know what he's doing. It'll be because he does know what he's doing, right? Or at least has a way of doing things. I'm looking forward to the press conference here in 37 minutes.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Which we're carrying on NFL Network. If you want to watch it there, I'll be a part of that coverage here. I guess I got to dress up at some point here.
Oh, geez. Well, we got to get you out of here.
Yeah. No, we'll be okay. We'll be all right. We'll be fine. I think I'm only on the back end of the press conference.
Hey, when you're on TV and you dress nice from the waist up, we got shorts or sweats on underneath?
Both, either. I mean,
yeah,
summer shorts and yeah. I mean, good. I've shown them on air before. I've done the Captain Morgan.
Good. Up
on my chair. But yeah, I mean, I think he's right in assessing college football as more similar to the NFL these days than it's ever been. And therefore his way of doing things should work on the college level as it worked on the pro level. Because these guys are different now than they were before. I mean, you used to be able to Lou Holtz grab him by the face mask. You can't, that approach doesn't work anymore. It'll be more of, the way that he was hard on guys mentally, psychologically. And I still say that the greatest thing that he ever had was a quarterback that was willing to buy into that, because he would yell at Tom Brady or not. Yeah, he would berate. What's the word? He would criticize Tom Brady in a team meeting, and Brady would take it. And the 53rd guy in the roster would be like, "That's how he's treating Brady. I better get my stuff together." So it's gonna be fun.
But does it work? I'm watching all these shows this morning, and everyone's kind of saying the same thing, Mike, right? Is like,
except for Good Morning Football. I give Peter Schrager and Kyle Brandt credit. Kyle more than anybody. Kyle called it a sad day. Kyle's like, this guy should.
Why? Why is it sad? Because he's out of the NFL?
Because he's out of the NFL, and he shouldn't be coaching against Wake Forest on a Thursday night on ESPN is what he said. It was a good line. And basically saying that him taking a college job was his admission that he wasn't going to get an NFL job. I don't know about that. I don't know what he heard on his end. He was going to be a candidate, but he wasn't going to be a candidate for every job. Like it wasn't going to be the Bears job because they had a general manager in place and a team president. And that's what happened in Atlanta. They had people in place above the coach, and those people were not going to stand for a guy who's going to come in and try to get them out of there. I mean, that's basically what happened. They saved their own butts.
It's just the power, right? These teams are unwilling to give up the power to him, correct?
But I could see, the owners, there may be owners willing to do that. Like Arthur Blank would have been willing to do that, but his staff of people said no.
But he's the owner, Mike. What if he wanted it? Just fire them.
He adjusted his people, and they talked to him about how he does things. And if for whatever reason Arthur Blank trusted those people and went with, and Raheem Morris could still do well there. I'm not saying that he's not going, and I don't know what Belichick would have done there. I'm just saying that that's how the process played out. I think Shad Khan would have been okay, and if Shad Khan had blown out general manager and coach, then it would have been wide open. Okay, Bill, come in and set things up. And I think the Jaguars should have and would have considered themselves lucky to get that guy there. So, yeah, I mean,
how much did I'm curious about this. I think Seth Wickersham did a long story on him and just the behind the scenes stuff. And I think he mentioned it in there, or maybe I saw it someplace else. And again, when Seth Wickersham starts coming, knocking around your door, run. I mean, just something's bad's going to happen, or something dirty laundry's coming out. But how much do you think the the documentary, the whole thing, that was produced for Apple by Kraft, now shifted the narrative and the viewing, or how people view him now? I mean, because they didn't paint him in a great picture. I mean, that was a pro Kraft piece.
Yes, it was. And
I mean, he produced it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, he claimed he didn't have any editorial control over it.
Sure.
Okay. And I guess
how much of that, how he's portrayed in that, because everyone watched it, did people look at that and go, well, I don't want that?
But he was already portrayed that way in people's minds, and this just cemented things. It's not like you watched that and we're like, wow, this guy, we knew how he was.
I know, but when you see it though, does it then, like, I guess you can hear about it, but when you finally see it,
but when did that hit? When did that dynasty, it hit in the spring, didn't it?
Guy was long. It was over a year ago, wasn't it?
No, I think it dropped in the spring. Again, because this is important. I do want to look this up. So
okay. I can look. Hold on. When did the dynasty
I believe it was February. Okay, so February 16th. So this was after the hiring cycle.
Okay.
So, like I said, I mean, they had already made the decisions on who they were going to hire and not hire. That came out afterwards. So that the only effect that would have on a coaching cycle would be on this upcoming coaching cycle, which he never got to. I think that there was, a couple of days ago, I got a call on, what's today? Thursday, Wednesday. It was probably Monday. I got a call on Monday. And I was like, hey, this Belichick thing is happening, right? Because the coach at Tulane put out this whole thing about how I'm Tulane through and through. And, the sense that I got was the other candidates believed that North Carolina was all in on Belichick, and he was likely going to take it. So that was on Monday when this thing really started to be like, huh, this is real? Over the weekend, it was like, oh, he interviewed, that's funny, and then it was, no, this is real, and he's serious about it. So I think that there was an allure to college football. It's not a bad place to live. If you've ever been to Chapel Hill and that area, it's very nice. You can now establish. It's not like he's going to Alabama, right? If he goes to Alabama and he wins championships, like, all right, great. Saban did the same thing.
Yeah.
You go to North Carolina, you win a championship, then it's like, okay, it wasn't just Tom Brady all those years. It was me as a really legendary football coach.
But I guess what I was listening to this morning is this idea. I've heard it from others. Is this idea because he's worked in the NFL, because he knows the salary cap, because he knows the business side of the NFL. This is going to help him now in the new age of college football. And I guess where I would push back on that is this is nothing like the NFL. Nothing. There is no salary cap. There is no free agency. It is the Wild West. You can do whatever you want. And how will he navigate handing out some deal to some kid, some third-party agent who contacts the kid in the portal or whatever, and goes, all right, we'll pay $1 million to come play quarterback. Mm-hmm. Kid gets benched in his third game. He's like, yeah, I'm out. I'm going to the portal. I mean, it's just like that. That doesn't happen in the NFL. Right. You can't, you're under contract. You can't. You're under contract. Yeah, there's a free agency period. You can't tamper. Tampering's rampant all over college football. Yeah. But you're not there that long anyway. Whereas in the NFL, you're drafted. It's a 5-year contract, and you expect that you're going to have that guy for at least one contract extension. So you draft a guy in the first round, you expect him to be on your team for a decade, right? Basically, these guys. So you're constantly going to have. And all right, here's how I'll answer that question. He's been willing to cut second round picks way sooner than other teams have been willing to cut them, and first round picks too. He's been willing to say that was a mistake. Got to get rid of that guy. And he's also been willing to play undrafted free agents and late round picks over highly drafted guys. So I think the same concept's going to apply to him for a guy who now, and we did see this year a little bit, the notion of renegotiating in season. Mm-hmm. Like maybe the guy comes on and he's got a $500,000 deal as a backup quarterback or a quarterback in waiting or whatever. And he hits and goes, yeah, I want another 500,000 or whatever, something like that. I mean, that's where I don't know how he would handle that. But I'm glad you did mention it. There are agents working with these players. They handle these NIL deals.
Don't act like it's just a player, So that is like the life in the NFL. And he had direct communication with agents in the NFL. He had some good relationships with agents. I was like, really?
Yeah, but these guys are like, I'm telling you, these are used car salesman agents. This is the bottom of the barrel. I don't even
the
think
same agents. No, it's the same agents.
No, some Mike, but some of them are not even credited agents.
But I've talked to NFL, right? But I've talked to NFL agents over the last couple of weeks here. Really, days is where it's really been digging in, talking about how, dude, this portal stuff is crazy. Like, I got a quarterback who's got a $4 million offer from where I was just like, they're digging in and doing those deals in the same way that they're doing NFL deals. So, look, what do you want me to tell you? It's happening. Press conference in 27 minutes. I can't stop it. You keep saying, but. All right, well, let's see.
I think everyone just feels, without a doubt, this is going to be a home run. I don't think it's a home run. I think it's a chance to be a disaster. I don't know if he walks in and right away is. I just think it's a totally different game, and I don't think, because I've seen this. Just wait till he goes into a recruit's home. These 17-year-old kids. Do you really? I honestly, I don't know the answer to this. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know if a 17-year-old kid sitting in his living room when he walks in the door goes, "Oh my God, it's Bill Belichick." He's 17. He didn't remember really anything of Bill Belichick at all. His dad does, or mom, but not him. I don't think it moves the needle as much as people. You know what moves the needle is all the pomp and circumstance when you bring these kids in. What Oregon does, and Alabama, and the lights, and the pictures, and
the money moves
and all that stuff.
The money moves it.
So I mean, we'll see.
It's the money. He's
no doubt great X's and O's, but.
It's listen, it's the money. Can you hear me? Is this thing on?
Yeah, money.
It's the money,
which
was part of it. He needed to make sure that he had the resources there, and they were willing to commit to, because it's not a top tier NFL and the top tier college program. He's trying to make it one, but it's not. Yeah. And we need to know that. Okay, here's how I want. And I want to have a personnel staff, a personnel department. Look, we've had coaches bail for the NFL. Jeff Hafley. For college football, Chip Kelly leaving head coaching jobs because they don't want to deal with 11 months of nonsense. It's 11 months. There's like 1 month where you can't do anything. The 11 other months are nonstop on the NIL stuff, and it's driving them crazy. They have no life. They don't see their families. They don't talk to their wives, and it's driving them crazy. And so for him to go in and say, I'm not that he has kids at that age or whatever, or a wife. You know about that. I'd also, by the way,
24-year-old. He's got a 24-year-old girlfriend.
And there's been plenty of jokes made. Akbar Bajabiya made one yesterday on Good Morning Football.
What was the joke? Let me hear it.
That he does a great job. He's already shown a penchant for recruiting young talent, and he said it with a straight face and pretended he wasn't making the joke that he was making.
That's good.
Which was part of the fun. But I would say, is it that crazy to be like, well, he could communicate with a 26-year-old or whatever she is? So can he communicate with a 17-year-old that plays football? He's got more in common with the 17-year-old than he did with the 26-year-old. I mean, you're laughing, but I'm serious. I'm serious. I mean, the jokes are funny. Jokes are hysterical, but now I'm serious.
I just can't wait. I mean, have you ever seen the Brian Kelly video, the recruiting video?
No, but I remember the one where he was like, "My family."
Yeah, but we're like Brian Kelly. He's like dancing around. He's dancing around the stage, you know, and he's just an idiot, just being an idiot. Because all these coaches, they're idiots. I want to see Belichick do all that, all of it. You think we'll see a different one? Do you think we'll see Patriots press conference Belichick, or are we going to see this new Belichick?
It's a great question.
This new Pat McAfee Belichick.
Now today is going to be normal, like not normal, but like he'll be a normal human being today,
like what he's been for the last few months.
Yeah. Well, when I watched The Dynasty, what was fascinating to me was the press conference behavior early in his career.
Yeah.
He came to the podium and announced that Drew Bledsoe was the starter for the rest of the year. Tom Brady was the starter for the rest of the year. Bill Belichick offered up information and was smiling at the press conference. And so I remember texting everybody in New England. I said, well, when did this change? When did he I don't ever remember that, Bill. I only remember this. And they said Spygate. After Spygate, he just became
done.
And he would do his radio interviews still up until the end of his tenure. And he'd be great in the radio interviews. And he'd be like, why? I don't understand. Great in the radio interview. And I understand EEI had to deal with him and the Patriots or whatever. Sure. But like, why not just be a normal human being in your press conferences? So
I think the first thing he's got to do just to have fun with it, the whole like on to Cincinnati, he should just be like,
we're on to TCU.
We're on to Duke. We're on to Duke. just have fun with it.
It's TCU. That's the next game.
Yeah, TCU. Yeah, TCU. We'll see. Do you think he does the glad handing with all the boosters?
Yeah.
All the Bubbas down there?
Yeah. I mean, I think he enjoys.
Okay.
See, that's the thing. He was with McAfee during the draft.
Yeah.
And we were busy, so I didn't see it till afterward. I just saw a couple of clips. And he was fully engaged, and he was charming, and he was dressed well, and his body language that day, they were all sitting, and he was standing up, and I was just like, this guy's engaging. This guy is center of attention, life of the party.
Yeah.
Where's he been? So
I don't know. It's always probably always been there, right? What do you make that he takes his another big topic? He's going to take his kid with him. His kid's going to be the coach in waiting. What do you make of that?
Yeah, that was part of the whole deal. That was part of the conversations leading up to it. Would he be the coach in waiting? Could he have it in the contract? Has anybody reported whether he has it in the contract? Because
I don't know, but all the reports are out here that he's gone. Because his kid.
But the coach in waiting at North Carolina.
I don't know.
Because there was a lot of buzz that was one of the conditions that he wanted, which I don't even know.
It's in there.
Huh?
I would assume it's in there.
I have no idea what the college rules are. I know you can't in the NFL.
Yeah, you can do it in college because it happened at my school, Washington State. Okay. We did it with Dick Bennett and Tony Bennett. If you're a college basketball fan.
Okay. Yeah. So that if we get the contract's going to be on the books at some point, right? It has to work that way.
Yeah.
If you're a public university or whatever or state school.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, we'll see if that's in there.
Steve Belichick was good out here. I mean, Husky fans, he was the defense coordinator at Washington. They loved him. His defense, his passing defense was good. So, we'll see. All right, we'll move on. The A.J. Brown drama, I know they kind of squashed it yesterday or earlier this week about everything that transpired between, what Brandon Graham said, what Brown said after the game. Here's what listen, this stuff drives me nuts. I'm old school. I'm not even old school. I just think this is the way you should be. I'm team. Like win. That's all that matters. At the end of the day, do you win? And to have a guy come out and complain that he's not getting enough touches, but yet they're winning.
Yeah.
Like that's just, I don't.
Because he was wide open on a deep corner route. Corner, sail, flag, 7. So many names for that route.
Just deep.
The opposite of the post.
Yeah.
The mirror of the post, I should say. He was wide open. I was covering the game. He was coming right towards us, towards the press box. And Jalen just didn't uncork it for some reason. It looked like he was looking at him. And he just didn't let it go. And AJ was not happy at the end of that route. Not stomping around, but like you just watch him. He's just like, dude. So AJ hasn't said it, and nobody's really said it to me, but Saquon Barkley's getting 30 touches a game or whatever it is at this point. Chance for MVP. It's got to eat at you, right? It's got to eat at you.
Okay.
But why?
Why?
Winning,
because you're winning. Isn't that what the whole goal is in sports?
He's youngins today.
It's not youngins. It's not get off my lawn. It should be the way for everything. You're winning. You've won. How many games in a row they won? 9 straight? 11-2.
Yes.
They're the best team in football.
Yes.
But you got a player that's bitching afterwards because he's not getting the ball enough. Does he want to be Jamar Chase? Does he want to be CeeDee Lamb? Does he want to be these top 5 wide receivers?
He wants to be A.J. Brown when A.J. Brown is the thing in Philly, as he's been the last couple of years.
So do you think he'd rather? It sounds like he'd rather have that than actually win.
I would not put those words in his mouth. I wouldn't.
Well, I'll do it for him.
I just think it's a win, lose. Were we as productive as we could have been? No. Could I have helped? Yes. So
he's missed like 4 games, right? 3 games, full games, but like missed the 4th game, like was like out early. Something like that.
I forget how it played out, but that sounds about right.
He averages like 6.6 targets a game.
Yeah.
So if you factor that in, if he hadn't missed games, he's going to be right at 92 targets. That's top 20 in the NFL now. Now again, it's far from
92
the top guys.
targets in the league is top 20 in the NFL.
Yeah, so he'd be like 21st.
Top 21st. He probably wants to be top 10.
Well, yeah, he wants to be number one. They all want to be number one.
I wouldn't say that.
All these guys do. All these wide receivers, man. You know these guys. They are.
You're generalizing.
Well, I mean, like DK Metcalf talked about it this week. As much as we talked about DK a lot, and DK was referencing Jackson Smith and Jigba this week, and you can see like the torch is kind of being passed right now with JSN and Lockett, and then Metcalf talked about it. When he was the young guy coming in, and Lockett was the dude, but then all of a sudden he kind of took the targets away, and now JSN the last few games has taken not only targets away and catches away from DK, but he's taken away from Lockett. And DK said something like, "I like DK. I mean, the sideline stuff. I mean, he's gotten way better at it, but he's just said at the end of the day, we're winning. So I mean, that's all that I don't care. We're winning." Can I just have that? Can I have someone just say it's all about winning? Can I have black coffee? And can I have an old school newspaper? Is that okay? Can we have those things? Can those things never go away?
I just had a black coffee. It was delicious.
You're damn right you did. Do you get a newspaper still?
No.
Damn it.
No, we've got the end of the Star Ledger print edition coming up. Couple weeks,
I like
couple
those
months.
things. I like the issues I have folding the paper, and it pisses me off. I can't get a crisp fold.
So Sal Pal the other day, Sal holds up.
I love when he does that.
Holds up the newspaper.
Yeah.
But this was depressing. He was like, "Here's today's Philadelphia Daily News." It was this big, and I was like,
"Yeah, that's not good."
I think the Daily News is like, no.
Show it, Sal. Put it down. We got some great games this weekend, man.
Yeah.
We got Bills, we got Bills, Lions, Eagles, Steelers. How about Packers, Seahawks, huh? Something always strange happens. Packers, Seahawks. It'll be a great game on Sunday night, despite the Seahawks wearing those terrible uniforms.
Which ones they wearing?
The action green. God, I hate those.
Is it all green?
Yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Not good for the big guys.
For some reason, it works for me. Like, if any team's going to do it, I'm good with the Seahawks doing it.
Yeah, people like it. A lot of fans like it, but like curmudgeon media people, we hate it.
Well, we've so you want your black coffee, your newspaper. You don't want any highlighter green uniforms. You want players to be happy if they win the game, no matter what happens with their individual statistics.
And I want gas to be $1.50.
What do you think about the credit card surcharge they add? They do that out there?
God, you know what else I want done? This is what if I.
I know where you're going. I know where you're going. Go ahead.
If I could get rid of that stupid screen that you've got where they flip it around, that whole screen, that whole transaction between you and
to add a tip,
restaurant, all of it. Yeah, the tip, the whole screen.
I knew where you were going.
That screen, I want it gone and removed. All of it.
Yeah. So when you walk up and you say, "Can I have a black coffee?" and all they have to do is this.
Yeah.
And then they flip the screen around looking for a tip.
20%. No, you just poured coffee, man. Like you're not getting a tip. Sorry.
Now, what if it was a macchiato or whatever? What if they put some work into it?
Yeah. Yes. If they put some work into it, yeah, but not just black coffee.
I still think it's a weird line to draw because there's other people that are working in stores and doing work, and
Do you tip the person that puts your groceries away in your bag?
No, I self check out. I don't want to talk to anybody.
Well, but I love it. I don't need to talk to anybody. But okay, but when you do go through it, like that person should be tipped. They're putting your groceries in the bag and like doing it in a nice way where the bag doesn't rip. That person should get a tip.
I actually will tip the gas attendant. Go back to that. I'll tip the gas attendant. If it's $68, I'll give him 70. Keep the two. Good with that. And it's probably
what do you mean the gas? Do you pump your own gas out there?
Oh no. Yeah, that's right. You guys are.
Wait a minute. You still have the person that pumps your gas out
I think we're the last one in the country. I think Oregon now.
Oregon had it for a while. I lived in Oregon. I liked it, especially in the winter. It was nice.
It's nice. It's great.
Pouring rain. It's 40 degrees. I'm like, yeah, fill her up.
And that person is out there. Yeah. And they're putting their hands on a dirty pump in the cold. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know New Jersey still had that.
Oh, yeah. A couple bucks. Okay. Now, do you have a full service option when you go there? Is it self and full or is it just nothing? It's got to be
nothing. Just
Really?
self. No, the full service where the guy comes out there, cleans the windows, maybe checks the oil.
No. Full service isn't they pump your gas. In other words, you don't have to pump it yourself.
No. There's no full service out here.
But what if but this is why Jersey does it, is because you got to have a level playing field if you got a handicapped person, right?
Oh.
Because that's why they do it. It's like, well, they can't get out of the car, so they have to do full service. Well, why are they paying more money? I actually think it's great. I think it's a great idea.
Maybe if there was a handicapped person pulling up, there's probably like some universal sign. Hey, can you come out and help me?
I guess, but that's why Jersey does it, because they'd be like, well, why do we?
Uh-oh, what'd you do? Somehow we lost your mic there for just a quick second. Don't worry, as you fix it, I'm going to figure out some way.
How about now?
Yeah, good.
Let's swing. But I can't hear you. Hold on. I got to go back to here. Hold on.
I want to
Yeti.
I want to swing it back to. I want to swing it. How do we circle this back to Packers Seahawks?
I don't know. I think I may have to do TV shortly. Nobody's got.
When do you got to go? You got to go like now? 2 minutes now?
If I have to be on at the top of the hour, I have to be. But ask me a question.
Give me Packers Seahawks. Who do you like in the game?
Who do I like in the game? I like the Cardinals last week, so I'm a little. Okay. I feel like now I'm going to be chasing a pick if I go Packers, right?
Okay.
I'd probably go Packers. They're coming off the Thursday game. You got the extra rest. It was a disappointing end to it.
What do we know? Walker. Good news on Walker. It didn't seem like
good news.
Severe on him, but do you think he plays Sunday?
I think he's legitimately be ready to roll at 2 p.m. I got to go in 2 minutes. I think he's legitimately questionable, but when he was undergoing tests and I was asking about him early in the week, it was like we got to get answers as to and they once they got the evaluations, it was like, oh, okay, no, he's just he should be good. So he's got a shot. I think today and tomorrow is going to be a good indication of whether he's got a shot.
Lastly, tell me the Niners can beat the Rams tonight. We need that.
Of course. Yeah, that's gonna be a close game. I really believe that's gonna be a field goal type game. We had one last week on a Thursday night. I think we can have another one tonight.
How much do you tip when they pump your gas? A couple bucks?
It's just whatever makes it even, right? So if it's $67, $3, if $1 doesn't feel like enough, $2's definitely not enough. But it's like 68. What am I gonna do? Give him 75? Like no. So I got to give him the $2. All right, fun on. Most people don't tip, so the fact that I do it, they appreciate that.
Oh, you should tip. They're doing you a service. Have fun on TV. We'll flip it on and watch you.
You got it. Thank you, sir.
There he is, Mike Garafolo, with us every Thursday, brought to you by Hartley and Hartley Insurance, the Mike Garafolo Show, your trusted family-owned insurance experts in the Puget Sound area since 1978. Folks, they've got honesty, they've got fairness, and they've got integrity. That's what Jamie Hartley stands for, folks. So when you see him down at that golf course, Fircrest is where he's at, and you see him wandering around, say, aren't you the guy that preaches integrity, fairness, and honesty? That's you, right? Jamie Hartley, America's insurance expert. 253-565-8700. Also, Zogs on Fox Island. Perfect spot. Grab a cold beer. Hang out with some friends, catch some live music that Zogs just celebrated 10 years down there on Fox Island. Check them out on Instagram and Facebook for their hours, times they're open, special events. No doubt. You know what? I'm going to head down there for a Ducks watch party, unless he's going to the game. Herzog's a huge Ducks fan. But they'll have the Ducks game on down there as they try to make their way to the college football championship game. All right, in case you missed it, came in late on the live show, again, the Mike Garafolo Show, full show will be up on YouTube later this afternoon. Once you're there, please subscribe to it. Also, like it, leave a comment there as well. Also on your audio platforms, Apple, Spotify, wherever you find your podcasts, and of course, up at pucksports.com.